Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/entitledparents, where parents think that they're entitled to everything just because they have kids. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy some entitled parents stories. Woman barges into my apartment and calls me a liar. She had the wrong house. Boy, do I have a good one for you guys tonight. This just happened an hour or two ago. Let's meet the cast. Me, you know who I am, REW, rabid erratic wrench / rude entitled woman, and QK, quiet kid. He didn't say anything, so he's not part of the story, but he was there. So I was at home just doing laundry and washing some dishes when I hear the bell go off and I proceed to dry my hands to go down and answer the door. I live on the top floor and I actually have to walk down 2 sets of stairs, one in my place and one in the main lobby, where there is another neighbour living right next door to me. Anyway, let's continue. As I'm drying my hands, the bell happens to go off 2 more times. I basically had to rush down while trying to put on some sweatpants. I had pyjama shorts on, but I don't like answering the door in my shorts, so yeah. I finally get down to the door, and as I'm opening it, there is a woman with the most angry scowl on her face, and her son behind her. Looked about 15. And she pushes the door a little too hard, which then slams into my foot, and I let out a natural, ouch! You know what? Here's how the conversation went. Right after the door slams into my foot, and I yell ouch. Oh, stop being a child! I didn't even touch you! But you pushed the door into my foot as I was still opening it. Have some patience. The rude entitled woman sighs and scowls. Anyway, where is Vanessa? Vanessa? There is no Vanessa that lives here. She cuts me off. Don't lie! I know Vanessa lives here. Now please go and get her for me. Are you sure you have the right address? There's only me and my boyfriend in one flat and the neighbour, Mel, in the next one. Try up the street a bit. Look, I don't care who lives here, but just get Vanessa now or I'll have you thrown out of this building. I know the landlady. She tries to push me out of the way and make her way inside of my building. Keep in mind that I am 5'2", so I'm a very small woman and I have no upper body strength or overall strength. She was pretty strong, so it was a bit of a challenge to keep her from barging in. She then succeeds in getting inside while dragging her son behind her and walks upstairs and basically just barges into my apartment. My boyfriend saw the whole commotion and was confused, so I was explaining it to him while this woman was still looking around for this so-called Vanessa who supposedly lives here. We finally managed to talk her down after we threatened to call the police. My boyfriend had the police on speed dial, ready to go. She suddenly has this look of fear on her face as soon as the police were mentioned. We asked her what address she was looking for and it didn't match the address on my door. And we basically had to let her see one side of our letter that had the address on it, as she was demanding to see it, or she said she wasn't going to leave. So I basically got annoyed at this point, and I fetched the letter to show her. She sees me coming back with letter in hand and tried to grab it from me, but I pulled my hand back and said, no, this is how it's gonna go. I'll show you the letter to prove that you have the wrong address, and then you'll be on your way, lady. She literally gives me this highly offended look as if I had just stole her freaking cat. But she had it coming. So anyway, I showed her and she went red in the face. Started stuttering and trying to apologise, but I just didn't care at that point, so I told her to shove her apology. I also told her that the numbers of the address were on the front downstairs, which she must have missed. She just wanted to leave, so I let her. But I followed her downstairs to show her the numbers on the door. I said, so you see, maybe you need to go back to school and learn to read next time. Then I told her a few choice words, which I'm going to keep discreet, and I told her that if she ever pulled a stunt like that again, I will notify the police. She then scattered off into the distance. If someone just barged into my house like that, the police would be called straight away. My son will not be moving anywhere. Hi again. Basically, if you have been here before, you'll know that my eldest sister is a flight attendant and has a lot of entitled stories that I will be sharing on Reddit. This is one of my personal favourites that my sister tells at every holiday dinner. My sister was working a flight from a London airport to Geneva or Benidorm, can't remember, and honestly, it isn't important. It was a midday flight and would get to its destination before nightfall, so it was a simple routine flight to a typical British holiday location. Everyone had sat down and my sister was stood in the middle of the plane, being one of 2 or 3 of the flight attendants doing the safety features. Whilst they all turned their backs to grab the yellow life vests from the overhead bins to demonstrate, a sneaky kid must have left his seat at the back of the plane to sit in the flight attendant's seat. That are kind of like the seats in a Cineworld, folds up when no one is sat in them. At this point in time, the plane is not moving because there's a slight delay to the order of the runway and the plane had to wait. She finished the safety features and is checking that everyone has their seatbelts on when her colleague calls her to the back of the plane. It's a plane with 2 seats on either side of the plane, so it's a fairly small plane. A woman is laying in her chair on one of the back rows, her seat reclining and the chair next to her empty. My sister's colleague, OFA, other flight attendant, is gently tapping the woman to get her to put her seat in the upright position for takeoff, and my sister is confused about the empty seat, considering she was also at the boarding desk and boarded a full flight. Entitled mother jolts up, obviously fake, and pulls off her eye mask, doing one of those overdramatic yawns which my sister acts perfectly. The other flight attendant says, "Sorry miss, but in order for the plane to take off, your seat needs to be upright." The woman looks annoyed and nods and sorts out her seat. "That's it, right?" "Nope." The other flight attendant goes first to the back of the plane and jumps back in fright. My sister goes after her, wondering what the issue is. Lying across 2 of those flight attendant seats, right at the back of the plane, is entitled kid, looking up, playing on his tablet. The other flight attendant tries to get her breath back. "Sorry little dude, but you can't sit there and you need to go back to your seat so we can get going."
Mummy said I could lie down here.
"Sorry little man, but no can do. Can you go to your mum?"
Mom, what seems to be the issue?
"These seats are for flight attendants only and your son is taking them up. Take him back to his seat." At this rate, the other flight attendant is reaching for wrist ties because flight attendants have training in tying up passengers in them. Not entitled kid, entitled mother. "There is no problem with my child wanting to sleep. It is an inconvenience for me when my child leans on me to sleep, so I told him he could sleep back there." "He can't sleep here. Get back to your seats or you will be escorted off the plane." "No, you should go out of your way to make the passenger comfortable, so my son will not be moving anywhere." She's swaying side to side, even though the plane is not moving. "Miss, are you drunk? How dare you accuse me of such a thing? This is outrageous and I will be complaining to your boss." She's slurring and my sister can barely understand. She takes a few steps towards my sister, glaring, and raises her hand. The other flight attendant steps in, grabs both of the entitled mother's hands and locks them into zip ties while my sister calls the captain at the front to tell them what happened and that they are going to need to offload 2 passengers. Thankfully, they only had hand luggage/cabin luggage and they didn't need to dig through other luggage in the aircraft hold. Whilst waiting for police to arrive, entitled mother screams at the top of her voice while little smug entitled kid refuses to get off the seats. Eventually, a police officer bribes him with a Snickers bar and he walks off the plane behind his mum. At this point, the flight has been delayed for a little less than an hour. The pilots are angry and most of the passengers are loud and angry. My sister said it was her favourite, sarcastic, flight to work. For some reason, I can imagine the Snickers company just doing one of their ads where they're like, "You're not you when you're hungry," and it's that kid trying to get off the plane. Entitled mother has a mental breakdown because I got the last burger. Context: I'm at one of the best restaurants in a city in the UK and I ordered a burger. Details: the burger's meat was from France and it was fresh, it had onion rings wrapped around the bun and the bun was a fresh brioche. I also ordered the last one as the restaurant had ran out of some of the ingredients for another one. Entitled mother and nice kid enter the restaurant and they sit down and order. "Can I have the burger please? And can I have the other burger please?" "Yes." The waiter comes back. "I'm sorry, but we don't have enough ingredients to make another one of those burgers. Would you like something else?" He gives the nice kid a menu. "Sure." The nice kid looks at the menu for about a minute. "Can I Why can't you just make another one?" "I'm sorry, ma'am. It's because we don't have enough ingredients." So, why can't you make one? Ma'am, I've already said it's because my burger comes. Wait, how does he have one of those burgers? Because he ordered the last one. No, you are lying, and you're just hiding the burgers from me. Mum, stop, it's okay, I can just have a... No, sweetie, we are getting you that burger. Give us his burger. I'm sorry, but I can't give you his burger. Why not? Because it's his burger. He ordered it before you. Just give us his burger, it's not that hard. Mum, I can just order something else, stop. Your service is terrible, we are leaving. They left, and the story is over. Moral of the story, order something else when you're in range of an entitled parent. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now, or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like on it and subscribe if you aren't already. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.